I learned the rules of poker in '93, so 16, 17 years ago, but I really started playing in '97, '98, so 10, 11, 12 years I've played a lot of poker, and I've always liked to play cards. I've played bridge, all kinds of games, chess, backgammon, you name it, I like to play it, and poker is a great game. It combines a lot of skills, so that's why I'm still playing. Well, that's basically what I do since I finished school, finished high school back 17 years ago. I've been basically playing games for money, backgammon, gin rummy, poker again, lots of different games, and basically you make your decisions as you do in poker. You're trying to make the best decisions, which in the end, if you make the right decisions, will make you more money or lose less money. So as a profession, that's what I do. That's where I make my money. So I am a professional gambler. I think in every profession that sometimes you feel like you're on top of your game, and other times you're feeling like things are not going the way you want them to go. And lately, the last year, I feel like my game hasn't been at the top of my level. Whereas if you asked me a year and a half ago, I felt like I was playing really, really good. So I think it kind of goes up and down, and I think lately I haven't been making all the right decisions. It is a lot of fun to play the big tournaments, especially when you get towards the end, towards the final table. There's a lot of attention, there's a lot of big money at stake. But on a day-to-day basis, I think I prefer the cash games. But again, it depends what mood you're in. If I played a lot of tournaments, I like to play a little bit of cash games. If I've only played cash games, I want to play some of the big tournaments. So I think it depends what mood you're in, and it's both poker, whether it's cash game or tournament, but there's different strategies involved. So sometimes even though you're a good tournament player, you might not be that good of a cash game player, or vice versa. I try to do my best in both, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Online or live, again, it's of course the game is poker, but it's a little bit different playing online because you can't see your opponent's faces. But you can still get a feel for some opponents playing against them online. So I've gotten used to play a lot of online, like back 4, 5, 6 years ago. I only played live, and I definitely prefer to play live. Now I think there's good in both of them. Sometimes it's nice to play. You can play in the comfort of your home. Sometimes it's nice to sit at the table with friends, trying to beat them out of all their money. So it depends. I like all three kinds of poker, whether it's online, live cash game, or live tournaments. I don't know what the best advice is because I think in general I'm better at giving advice than following them myself. But in general, I mean, you always have to watch out. Usually when you play poker, when you gamble, you have money at the table. And I think a lot of people, especially when they sit down, they win the first time, they get excited and they play for more and more money. And sometimes they don't think that they might lose too much, lose more than they can afford. So I think it's always a good idea to be aware of what kind of stakes you're playing. I think it's important. You don't want to play too small where it doesn't matter because you're not going to play your best game. You don't want to play too high because you might get scared. You want to play where you're comfortable, where you can make good decisions, you can afford to lose, but you get a big smile when you win. So I think it's very important to be aware that there's money at the table. Don't lose it all in one hand, and just be comfortable. It's a fun game. You should enjoy it. Obviously, being a professional gambler, it's different than a normal 9-to-5 job, or here in Spain, I don't know what you have at 10 till 10. I don't know the work hours because you're a little bit different than we are. I'm from Denmark, but a normal job, you start the 1st of February. At the end of the month, you collect a paycheck, and you're not gonna suddenly lose all your money. You get paid to work. Whereas if you are a gambler, you play poker for a living. If you play tournaments, you can play a lot of tournaments even though you're a good player and you just don't win anything. So you have to pay the entry fee, and at the end of the month, you've lost money. The same if you play cash game, things are not going your way. Maybe you didn't make the right decisions. So it's mentally challenging. It's definitely a lot different. A good friend of mine, actually a very good poker player, but mentally he was not meant to be a professional gambler, because every time he was winning, he was all the way up on a big cloud, and every time he was losing, he was all the way down in the basement. So you have to be able to stay calm even though you have big swings, and that can be tough. I mean, it can still be tough for me. Sometimes I've been in the game for 16 years, and sometimes when things go really sour, I lose a lot of money. I might not sleep as well at night as I would if I'd won a big pot. So you have to be prepared that there's a lot of swings, and it can be mentally tough, but if you go about it the right way, it really is it's a good profession. Obviously, I've been lucky with the timing and everything, and poker is very popular nowadays. But there's definitely ups and downs, and you should watch out for the pitfalls. And it's not for everybody, but it's for everybody to play. You can always play with your friends, your family, just hang out and have fun. Just remember there's usually a little bit of money at stakes, and just be comfortable.
Buenas noches, Planet Poker TV.